Hey, you want to put on some muscle? And you want to keep fat off too? Well, guess what? It's really not that hard. Hell, to be honest, I would even say that it is easy to put on muscle and keep fat off. Now, the reason I titled the video with easily in quotation marks, because in theory and on paper, this is very easy to do. But trying to integrate it into your lifestyle after never doing it before, it may be hard and it may actually even be painful for you. But before we get into any of the details here on how to put on muscle and keep fat off, I want to show you guys the results. I want to show you guys long-term 3 to 4 year results. This was me back in 2012. This is me after struggling for about 2 years of trying to cut fat and trying to figure out how to do it. I finally got to a level where I was the leanest I had ever been. And that year is the year that I found this amazing technique to put on muscle while keeping fat off. Now this is me in 2015, 3 years after that. Now over those 3 years, I did eat very, very clean for about 70 to 80% of the year. Now for the other 20 to 30% of the year there, I would have these huge cheat days where I would literally eat whatever I was craving and whatever I wanted. I found that by doing it in this type of a fashion, rather than having a small snack every day that would handle my cravings, worked a lot better for myself, because when I had that little snack, I tend to indulge, I would want more. And the cheat days made a big lead up. You know, if you have 2 or 3 days of clean eating, but you know you're gonna have that cheat day, it just makes that cheat day a lot better and even makes the clean eating a lot better and a lot smoother for myself. Now that we discussed a little bit of the results and you guys got a little bit of a detail there on how I ate, let me describe how I accomplished this and why I believe this is easy. Now, I was able to get these great muscle building benefits and fat loss cutting benefits through intermittent fasting. If you don't know what intermittent fasting is yet, I have a whole bunch of videos on my channel showing you full day-to-days of how I carry out intermittent fasting in my life, as well as other videos that describe what intermittent fasting is. And I'm also coming out with a lot more, so make sure you guys stay tuned. If my channel is not informative enough for you, there's tons of articles online, tons of YouTube videos, so you guys can go and learn what is intermittent fasting, how do I apply it to my life, what are the results, what are the benefits that come with intermittent fasting. But I'm going to touch on a little bit of it here. Just to give you a quick idea of how intermittent fasting works, I'll describe to you one of my days. I wake up generally around 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30 in the morning. I go to the gym around noon, and I won't have my first meal until about 2 p.m., about an hour after the gym. All I will have before the gym is a non-caloric pre-workout, usually C4 or something that has very little to no calories. So I have my first meal there at 2 o'clock, and I generally finish eating around 8:30 till 10 o'clock, somewhere in that window. Let's just take the window 2 till 9 o'clock. That's 7 hours worth of eating, and the fasted time is about 17 hours. So I have 17 hours worth of no food in my stomach. It gives my body the ability to grow, the ability to recover, the ability to do other things while it's not digesting food. Think of your body as a machine. Your body does something and then it needs fuel. If you're constantly fueling yourself up, your body's constantly working on this fuel, sending it around your body, sending it around your body. When does it have time to grow? When does it have time to recover? When does it have time to work on your hormones? It doesn't, because it's constantly pushing this crap, and on top of it, with our modern life, we have a lot of chemically enhanced food, man-made, overly processed food. When we don't give our body more than a 12 to 15 hour break, it gets stuck up on the intestinal walls and it starts to bridge and block up in there. So you might have food that's in your stomach from 3 to 4 days ago, but me, because I fast for 16 and a half hours a day, it's like pushing, empty. Pushes that stuff through. Next meal is up here, and then it pushes it through, rather than a constant line of crap going through your system. Now that's just my belief and my vision of what happens to your body when you're eating and when you're not eating. But now let's go to some actual details, some actual facts that show you guys why this works. In this human study, the researchers saw that after 24 hours of consuming no calories, growth hormone levels were elevated 2,000% from the baseline. Growth hormone rises in correlation with testosterone and is highly anabolic, meaning that the result of this study is nothing short of amazing. Now for comparison here, let's pretend I have an identical twin. Everything is the same between us, besides the fact of when we eat. He gets up, he eats his first meal, he has 6 to 8 small meals throughout the day. Me, I don't eat till after the gym, 2 o'clock, and I only eat for 7 hours. We could do the exact same exercises, the exact same workouts, the exact same cardio, the exact same everything. But because I have almost a 2,000% increase in my testosterone, I'm gonna build more muscle than him. My hormones are gonna be fueling my body more than him. My skin is gonna be better because the growth hormone, my hormone levels are elevated a lot more than his. As I said before, make sure you guys go out and do your own research, because just from looking at this article here, there's 7 other great, amazing facts about intermittent fasting, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about how to easily put on muscle while cutting fat. Now, how come you don't know about this? Why is this maybe the first time you ever hearing about intermittent fasting? Next week, I have a video coming out called Why Intermittent Fasting is Not Mainstream. Make sure you guys go check that out because it'll be packed full of great information. But I'll give you guys a little snippet here. You can't make money by pushing intermittent fasting. Companies that sell protein powder, that sell all these creatine, C4, all these pre-workouts, all these food supplements. By telling you to eat for only 7 hours, they're limiting the amount of product they can get into you, which means less profit for them. Companies and the athletes they sponsor are not gonna go out there and tell you guys only to eat for 5 hours, because why would you have a protein shake when you're only eating for 5 hours and you're gonna want food? People who eat 6 to 8 small meals a day, because they're waking up and they're eating, they're having cravings earlier, which means, boom, here on your 4th meal, have a protein shake. It's nice, easy, it's quick, it's fast. So that's just one of the reasons I think intermittent fasting is not mainstream. If you guys want to know more, like I said, make sure you guys go check out my video next week. I hope this was a little informative for you guys, and I hope this gives you the drive to research intermittent fasting just a little bit more and maybe even considering doing it for yourself. I mean, come on, a 2,000% increase in testosterone every day? Hell, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Once again, thank you guys very much for watching my video. Go hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave me a comment. I want to know how I can be more informative for you guys, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am the Hungarian Experiment.